Good morning, traders. This is Rick Majors here at Optic.com, and this is our daily market briefing. Now, today is Tuesday, March 25th, 2014. We have a bit of an interesting day coming up ahead of us now. Just to recap a little bit on yesterday, we were looking at a pretty smooth day for trading. Yesterday, we had a lot of good medium-looking announcements there, especially on the euro. The euro market was pretty good in the early morning and throughout the middle afternoon, but during the evening it started to slow down. There was a lot of spikes in the wrong direction from what we were actually looking for, and things got a little bit of chop in terms of the stability really of some of the assets there. We saw, for instance, the JPY, Japanese yen, ended up taking strength over a lot of different things there that we were not expecting it to. This was really in regards to simply some of the longer term plans that the Bank of Japan has been looking at for its overall movements in the next couple of months. What we're really expecting here coming down for the next week or so now is that, in my opinion specifically, is that we're not going to be seeing too much more of that. We're actually going to be seeing, now that the movements have been made, more of a focus on stability, keeping things together for the next week. Now today, to come specifically again back to Tuesday, we see here we've got 9:30 a.m. GMT. We've got the GBP CPI here. All right, this one's actually going to be really useful for us, especially in regards to the pound. The pound has been strong and weak depending on what you're trading against it, but I want to look for some strength here. The GBP for the last couple of months has been a little bit shaky. As you can see, the CPI here, let's open that up again. The CPI here has been relatively negative the last couple of months, so we're looking for a recourse. We're looking for it to bring itself back up into a positive standing. The problem with the pound, from living here in London as well, that we've been seeing, especially with things in regards to purchasing, is that consumer strength has been dipping in the last 6 months. With regards to the global climate and coming out of recession and coming out of the global financial crisis in 2014, I think we're going to start to see a lot more progress in this area especially. And these ratings, for those of you who have the technical analysis down already, have reached kind of a support level. There simply is a certain area where they cannot go too much farther, so we're really looking for some good announcements today, especially in regards to the GBP. We want to see some progress there. This is really the main thing for the morning. When we're coming up actually to 2 p.m. GMT, this is when we have really the more interesting things coming up. We have CB consumer confidence, which is another big deal for the United States. The US dollar here, all right, US dollar is really under the microscope right now market-wise, simply because of the fact of everything that's been said last week at the FOMC meetings as well, where they were just completely preaching progress and we're making strides into a new future for the United States economy. We're going to be also, from what the FOMC said, they're going to be possibly entirely cutting stimulus in 2014 towards the economy, which is a very big sign of economic improvement, meaning that the government no longer has to support the economy in order to keep it running, that it is running on its own, and it is starting to make strides towards also a stronger currency as well as a stronger economy. Now, after that, we have at 2 p.m. GMT, we have new home sales. This one also, I'm really expecting this one to come out positive again. Why? Because from what I've seen in a lot of different reports and also things that I know personally from friends in the real estate business in the United States, is that homes are being sold, and not necessarily to domestic investors. We're not talking about American citizens buying homes here. We're talking about actually a lot of interest in foreign investment. The reason behind this is that a lot of Americans are still having trouble getting loans. Over 500 small banks that were responsible for those small home loans and business loans have closed since 2008. This is very important economic-wise, but the actual thing that's happening here is that a lot of foreign investors, we're talking about European, Asian, Middle Eastern investors, have been looking into the U.S. real estate market as a very lucrative option for long-term investment. Buying up cheap houses ranging anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000 and then renovating and renting them. This gives a new option for American homeowners as well as to rent instead of to take out a loan or a mortgage and buy, giving them a little bit of an opportunity to save up money for a house that they would want to buy in the future, and derives a nice investment pool for the domestic economy from foreign assets. So I'm looking at new home sales to actually come up at least a couple of points today. We should see a couple thousand more homes sold. And again, with the pressure on the United States government and the economy to show results right now, I'm sure that they're going to be pushing to bring things really together. Now, we have a tentative here, which means that it's going to be kind of happening throughout the day, is the G7 meetings. The G7 are the 7 most economically developed and forward countries in the world. What we can see here, just to take a look at this, these are usually, the finance ministers, heads of state, things like that are going to be coming in to the meeting, and they're going to be talking about economic recovery. They're going to be talking about progress here. So this one is actually a really great one because it's going to be injecting a lot of liquidity into several different currencies and possibly the commodities market as well. It will be giving us a nice way to get a good look at what's going to be happening, probably even for the next month in terms of currencies. Whoever's gaining strength during these meetings, what you can be seeing today and a lot of spikes, you'll be seeing that recur throughout the remainder of the month and into next month. Now, we do have a Royal Bank of Australia Deputy Governor Lowe is speaking, and the FOMC member Plosser is speaking as well. These are rated as medium interest because not everybody's going to be watching them. When usually you have lesser ranked members of a certain government organization in regards to monetary policy speaking, it is not as, let's say, heavily received as you would say if the head of a bank or the head of the Federal Reserve is speaking. I would recommend to keep an eye on these speeches as well anyways, because they will move in the market, and it will also generate us some nice liquidity moving in tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be the start of our heavy hitters. You're having the Royal Bank of Australia, Governor Stephens is speaking, so this is one to really keep an eye on because a lot of people, especially Australian investors, will be looking at this. All right, we have core durable good orders, which is a very nice one. We have the New Zealand dollar trade balance late at night. New Zealand has been giving a lot of fight currency-wise towards the Australian dollar as well as NZD, AUD, NZD, USD as well. Really great things to be looking at for tomorrow night. And then Thursday is going to be our big trading day when we have things like unemployment claims, pending home sales, the retail sales. All right, this is all going to start to snowball into a very, very heavy market day on Thursday. And then Friday we're going to have a very nice and slow kind of movement. Now, as we're coming in and the week is moving on, I want you guys to all understand that for the coming next week, we're actually expecting a lot of heavier things to be moving on. As you can see, there's a lot longer lists here. There's more coming in, especially next Thursday, April 3rd. And then obviously on Friday, we have the NFP non-farm employment change. So be aware of that. If anything is slowing down here and you are not seeing opportunities for trades during Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week, that's okay. Next week is going to be hot. Next week is going to be a major trading day with a lot of liquidity pumped into the market. Anything that doesn't happen this week is going to happen times 3 next week. All right, that is it for our daily market briefing today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you would like to contact me personally, you can reach me at rick.majors@optic.com via email or rick.majors.optic via Skype. Thank you all for listening in today, and have a wonderful trading day.